Let us start with something basic. Operating system. Operating system means a product that makes you interact with your machine, the computer, the mobile phone. It is the interface and beyond. Every program that you install uses the operating system also to communicate with the machine based on certain regulations and certain commands. One of the companies that made operating systems is Microsoft. Microsoft started with Microsoft Disk Operating System, or DOS. It is a command-based operating system where you can actually write your command and communicate with your computer. Not super friendly to users, but it was fine. Later, Microsoft introduced Windows. Windows 95 was a nice upgrade from Microsoft DOS. You had a nice friendly interface. You can click around and do your commands. The most recent version at this time is Windows 11. Even nicer, even easier. However, the most common version of operating systems is a Unix-based operating systems. Now, Unix started as an academical project, but it branched into a lot of projects. Some of those projects you already know, like macOS. Other projects are a copycat of this main project, like Linux. Most of the programs that we use in bioinformatics run on Unix. So if they run on Linux, they are probably also able to run on macOS, and the other way around. It is very useful in academia and in industry to use such a standard. Linux by itself is a kernel, which means it's a small set of commands. But in order to be a user-friendly operating system, you need to add more commands, some interface, a use of mouse, some programs to run. Well, you don't have one company to do that, you have a lot of them. And thus, in Linux, there is an issue of distros. You have a lot of options to choose from, and those distros have some differences between them. Now, most of the time, our bioinformatic tools run on all of those distros, no problem. But in order to make things easier, we will use one distro, which is Ubuntu. Ubuntu is the most famous distro. It is nice for individual use and even in academia and some industry.